Akkam jirtu barattoota nagaa keessanii iddoo jirtan hundumatti nageenyi waaqayyo isiniif haa ta'u. Har'a viidiyoo kana keessatti waa'ee Afrikaan Geography fi Ethiopian Geography gaaffii baay'ee isin qopheessuu danda'uu fi isin barbaachisan isiniif qabadhee dhufeera. Gara gaaffii har'aatti osoo hin galiin dura viidiyoo University Magdalaa Ambaarraatii qormaata qophaa'e isiniif hojjedhe keessatti gaaffii tokkoffaa yeroon ibsu dogoggoraan deebii isaa jedheen darbe garuu deebii sirriin sloopiin irra keessan bal'aa jalli isaa immoo dhiphaa ta'ee sheepii V uumuu convex deebiin isaa caadhaa jechuudha. Garuu sloopiin jalli isaa immoo bal'aa mataan isaa irra baay'ee walitti siiqaa ta'ee concave akka jedhamu asumarraan akka hubachuu qabdan dogoggora yeroo darbee sirreessee darbuun dirqama irratti ta'ee mul'ateera. Gamanumaan dhiifama isin gaafachaa gara viidiyoo har'aatti seennaa jechuudha. እንደምናችሁ ተማሪዎች ሰላም ናችሁ? በዛሬው ቪዲዮ ውስጥ አፍሪካን ጂኦግራፊ እና ኢትዮጵያን ጂኦግራፊ ከመሉ በጣም ወሳኝና ልታውቋቸው ልትረዷቸውና እንዲሁም ልታስታውሷቸው በፈተናችሁም ላይ ትልቁን ድርሻ የሚይዙ ጥያቄዎችን ይዤላችሁ መጥቻለሁኝ። ወደ ዛሬው ቪዲዮ ሳልገባ በፊት በመቅደላ አምባ ዩኒቨርሲቲ ከቀረቡት ፋይናል ፈተና ትሰራላችሁ ጥያቄ ቁጥር 1ን ኮንኬቭ ብዬ መልሱ ኤ ነው በሚለው ስህተት ሰርቼ አልፌያለሁኝ። ለዚህ ወደ ዛሬ ቪዲዮ ሳልገባ የባለፈውን ቪዲዮ አስተካክዬ ማለፍ ግዴታዬ ስለሆነ መልሱ የሚሆነው ሲ እንጂ ኤ አይደለም። ለምን ብትሉ ኮንቬክስ የሚባለው ከላዩ በጣም ሰፊ ከስሩ ደግሞ በጣም ጠባብ የስምጥነትን ባህሪ ያለው ወይም ደግሞ የቪ ለተር ቅርጽ ያለው ስሎፕ ስለሆነ በተቃራኒ ከላዩ ላይ በጣም ስቲፒ የሆነና የሾለ የኮን ቅርጽ ያለው ከሆነ ደግሞ ኮንኬቭ እንደሚሆን ከወዲሁ ደግሞ ይቅርታን እየጠየቅኳችሁ ወደ ዛሬ ቪዲዮ አልፋለሁኝ። choose the correct answer from the given alternatives. Question number 1. The main reason for Africa receives high angle of the sun throughout the year is due to A. difference in altitude, B. tropical location, C. the influence of ocean currents, D. distance from the sea. Question number 2. The southern extreme of Ethiopia is called A. Akobo, B. Ogaden, C. Moyale, D. Badime. Question number 3. Which of the following is associated with Abai River? A. Dawa, B. Gibe, C. Dabus, D. Akobo. Question number 4. The most rugged and dissected plateau of Ethiopia is called A. North Central Massif, B. Plateau of Shawa, C. Southwestern Highlands, D. Plateau of Tigray. Why Africa receives high angle of the sun throughout the year is due to its astronomical location, that Africa lies in tropical location between the Tropic of Capricorn and the Tropic of Cancer. This means that sun's rays strike Africa more directly at higher angle throughout the year. This is compared to the regions farther from the equator. B is the correct answer. A, C, and D are not the correct answer because difference in altitude affects temperature, not the angle of the solar inclination. And the influence of ocean currents influences again temperature and the precipitation, not the solar radiation. Again, D is not the correct answer. The reason distance from the sea affects continentality and climate, not solar radiation. For question number 2, Akobo is the westernmost extreme point of Ethiopia with 33° east, and Ogaden is the eastern extreme point of Ethiopia with 48° east, while Moyale is the southernmost tip of Ethiopia with 3° north, while Badime is the northerly extreme point of Ethiopia with 50 degrees north. So the southern extreme of Ethiopia is called Moyale. C is the correct answer. Dabus River is the main tributary of Abai River, while Dawa is located in southern Ethiopia, which drains into Juba River, unrelated to Abai, while Gibe is part of the Omo-Gibe Basin that rises from Shaw Highlands, so it is not the Abai Basin. Akobo is incorrect, which is flows into Baro River, not related to Abai. So, C is the correct answer for question number 3. North Central Massif is the most rugged and dissected plateau of Ethiopia, which includes the Semen Mountains, characterized by rugged topography and deep river gorges. It is one of the most elevated and also dissected regions in Ethiopia. But B, C, and D are not the related answer because plateau of Shoa is elevated but not as rugged and dissected as North Central Massif. And also the southwestern highlands are more gentle relief and also high rainfall but not as dissected. Plateau of Tigray is dissected but not the most rugged. Reasonably, A is the correct answer for question number 4. Question number 6. Which of the following drainage system of Africa is the largest in terms of catchment area and annual discharge? A. Atlantic Ocean drainage system. B. Mediterranean Sea drainage system. C. Closed drainage system. D. Indian Ocean drainage system. Question number 7. Which of the following climate zone of Ethiopia experiences relatively adequate rainfall? A. Qolla and Barha. B. Daga and Wayna Daga. C. Wayna Daga and Barha. D. Wurch and Qolla. Question number 8. Which one of the following is wrong combination? A. Zambezi River, Karibandam. B. Niger River, Kanjidam. C. Gibe River, Kokadam. D. Nile River, Aswan Haidam. The Atlantic Ocean drainage system is the largest in Africa in terms of both catchment area and the volume of water. In this drainage system, rivers like Congo, which covers 4,200 kilometers and the second largest in Africa and the deepest in the world, is found. Again, Niger, which has about 4,116 kilometer length, is also categorized in Atlantic drainage system. So A is the correct answer for question number 6. B, C, and D are not the answer for question number 6. Why? Because the Mediterranean Sea drainage system, which is given under choice B, drains only northern part of Africa. Major river in this drainage system is Nile, that is known with the length of 6,695 kilometers, the longest in the world, reaches the Mediterranean Ocean. But it is small in overall basin size compared to the Atlantic Ocean drainage system. The closed drainage system, which is inland drainage system, do not reach the ocean. Example, Lake Chad, limited in areas and also discharge. While Indian Ocean drainage system includes the Limpopo and the Juba rivers, but smaller in area and discharge than the Atlantic Ocean drainage system. For question number 7, Daga and the Wayna Daga agroclimatic zone of Ethiopia experiences relatively adequate rainfall. So B is the correct answer. Qolla and Baraha are the driest, while Wayna Daga is the adequate, but Baraha is the driest. Wurch and Qolla are also the opposite, 1, which are not adequate consecutively. Question number 8, C is the incorrectly combined. Kokadam is constructed on the Awash River, not on Gibe. Gibe River is a tributary of Oromoo River, and hydroelectric dams like Gibe Sard are located there, but not on Koka. Zambezi River, Kariba Dam. This is correct. Kariba is on Zambezi, shared by Zambia and Zimbabwe, while Niger River is Kanji Dam. Kanji Dam is on the Niger River in Nigeria. And also, Nile River is Aswan High Dam, the most well-known dam Nile located in Egypt. Question number 9. Which one of the following is the area of similarity between the Maltesian and anti-Maltesian population theories? A. Solution to the problem of overpopulation. B. Decrease in population growth. C. Increased demand for food. D. Improvement in technology. Question number 10. One of the following is wrong about the continent of Africa. Which one is it? A. The north-south and east-west extents are almost equal. B. The only continent crossed by the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn. C. Gets closest to Europe across the Strait of Bab el-Mandeb. D. The continent that has relatively compact shape. Question number 11. All of the following type of soil is included in a zonal soil group, except A. Nitosol, B. Lixisols, C. Arenosols, D. Calcisols. Question number 12. One of the following is not a major factor for high fertility rate in Ethiopia. Which one is it? A. Early marriage, B. Low level of family planning, C. High social status of women, D. The perception of high economic value of children. The common argument of the Maltesians and anti-Maltesians is about the demand for food is increases as the population becomes increases. The Bosrabian believes that as populations are increased, the demand for food also increased. But human mental is creative to solve the impact of food shortage. So, solution to the problem of overpopulation is not common between the Maltesian and the anti-Maltesians. Again, decreasing population growth is the decision or the argument of Maltesians, not the decision or argument of anti-Maltesians. Improvement in technology is the argument of anti-Maltesians like that of Bosrab, but is not the decision of Maltesians. Africa gets closest to Europe across the Strait of Gibraltar, not the Bab el-Mandeb. This is wrong about the continents of Africa, while north-south and east-west extents of Africa are almost equal. Africa is nearly symmetrical in a shape. This is correct. Africa is the continent that crossed by both Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn. It is only the continent with land on both. This is also correct. D is the correct one. Why? Because Africa is known with having compact shape with fair deep indentation, which means except around the Gulf of Guinea. So, C is the incorrect one for question number 10. For question number 11, except the Nitosol, Lixisols, Arenosols, and the Calcisols are the type of soil which are classified under a zonal soil group. Azonal soils are soils that are weakly developed, often because they are young or consistently renewed by sedimentation or erosion. Examples: arenosols, sandy soil, calcisols, calcium-rich soil, and fluvisols, which is floodplain soils. Nitosols, on the other hand, are well-developed tropical soils, zonal in nature, and also support intensive agriculture in Ethiopian highlands. B, C, D. Lixisols are azonal or intrazonal in some contexts. They are weakly developed, found in semi-arid tropical areas, while arenosols are azonal, sandy, weak profile. And also calcisols are known as azonal with calcium accumulation. So C is not the azonal type of soil. The major factor for high fertility rates in Ethiopia and developing countries are due to 1. The early marriage, 2. The low level of family planning, 3. The perception of the community as the high economic value of children. But high social status of women is the factor that causes to decrease or less fertility rate in Ethiopia. C is the correct answer for question number 12. Question number 13. Which of the following is an incorrect combination? A. Karkaha, Arundinea alpha. B. Zigba, Oilia african. C. Koso, Hagenia abyssinia. D. Thid, Juniperus procera. Question number 14. The difference between birth rate and death rate is called A. Infant mortality rate, B. Net migration rate, C. Rate of natural increase, D. Population growth rate. The incorrect combination is that Zigba is Podocarpus, not Oilia africana. The Podocarpus or Zigba is located between 1,800 up to 2,200 meters above sea level, while Karkaha is known as Arundinea, which is found at 2,800 up to 3,000 meters above mean sea level. Koso is known as Hagenia abyssinia, which is found between 1,500 up to 1,800 meters above mean sea level, while Thid, Juniper procera is coniferous forest trees, which is found between 2,200 up to 2,800 meters above mean sea level, while the Weira is Oilia africana. B is the wrongly combined one. Rate of natural increase is the difference between birth rate and death rate. So C is the correct answer. Question number 15. Which one of the following is different from the others? A. GTP, B. SDP RP, C. PASDEP, D. IGAD. Question number 16. Who defined geography as a science that is meant to provide accurate, orderly, and rational description and interpretation of the variable character of the Earth's surface? A. Martin Kaiser, B. Richard Hertzog, C. Alexander von Humboldt, D. Greg Wasmander. Except IGAD, GTP, SDP, RP, and PASDEB are Ethiopian National Economic Development Strategies. But IGAD is Intergovernmental Authority on Development, a regional organization involving multiple East African countries. D is different from the others. Hartshorne defines geography as a science that is meant to provide accurate, orderly, and rational descriptions and interpretation of the variable character of the Earth's surface. B is the correct answer. But A. Martin Kaiser in 1989 defined geography as it concerned with locational or spatial variation in both physical and human phenomena at the Earth's surface. And Alexander von Humboldt define geography as a synthesizing discipline to connect the general with the particular through measurements, mapping, and regional emphasis in 1845, while the Wasmander in 1995 defined geography as the study of patterns and the process of human-built and environmental or natural landscapes, where the landscapes comprise real or objective and also perceived subjective space. Question number 17. Which one of the following is incorrect about the population of Africa? A. Second populous continent next to Asia. B. Fastest population growth. C. Uneven distribution of population. D. High life expectancy. Question number 18. Which one of the following is correct about Afro-mountain vegetation? A. Located mainly in East African highlands. B. Grows in desert of South Central Africa. C. Dominated in the Mediterranean coast. D. Generates large income through export of timber. Question number 19. Which one of the following is the human factor that affects the distribution of population? A. Climate. B. Political condition. C. Relief. D. Soil. Except the high life expectancy, others are correct about the population of Africa. Since Africa is the developing continent, 1. The life expectancy is low, but this is high is incorrect. 2. There is fastest population growth. 3. There is an even distribution of population. And also, Africa in the world is the second most populous continent next to Asia. As a result, D is the correct answer. Afro-mountain vegetations refers to the vegetations which are commonly found at high elevation. Are commonly located in East African highlands. A is the correct answer for question number 18. Afro-mountain areas in Africa includes East Africa, like that of Ethiopia, Kenya, Uganda, and the surrounding areas. These are known with species including junipers, haginias, and also podocarpus trees. But B, C, D are false statements about Afro-mountain vegetations. For question number 19, except the political condition, all are physical conditions. Natural, climate, physical, relief, and the soil are also physical factors. But political condition is anthropogenic or human factors. B is the correct answer for question number 19. Question number 20. Which one of the following factor does not drive countries to establish economic relationships? A. Economic factors and comparative advantage. B. Political affiliations due to uncommon interests. C. Physiographic variation. D. Geographic factors. From these all choices, the political affiliation due to uncommon interest drive or hinders the countries to establish economic relationships. Countries form alliances based on common, not uncommon interests. Shared economic goals or strategic needs typically drive cooperation, not opposing political stances. But economic factors, true. Countries trade to exploit comparative advantage. Physiographic variations, this is also true. Differences in resources and geography promotes trade. Geographic factors, locations, proximity, and access to ports facilitate economic ties. B is the factor that hinder countries to establish economic relationship. Question number 21. Which one of the following is a positive and a non-biological component of population change? A. Immigration. B. Birth. C. Immigration. D. Days. Question number 22. Which one of the following is different from the others? A. Rural to urban migration. B. Rural to rural migration. C. Intercontinental migration. D. Urban to rural migration. Question number 23. Which one of the following is wrong about tropical rainforest vegetation? A. They are hardwood. B. They are evergreens. C. They are broadleaves. D. They are low species diversity. Question number 24. One of the following is not a challenge of Ethiopia's socio-economic development. Which one is? A. Promotion of capacity building regarding education and skills. B. Land fragmentation. C. Low level of investment. D. Environmental degradation. Okay, for question number 21, the positive and non-biological one is immigration. Immigration means the return back of migrants from abroad to their homeland. Birth is positive and also biological. Immigration, C, is non-biological, but it is negative. Leaving of their homeland. When the migrants migrated from their homeland to abroad, it is said to be immigrants. D is the biological, but it is negative. So, A is the correct answer. For question number 22, A, B, and D are the intracontinental migration that takes in a country, while intercontinental migration is between different continents. So, C is the correct answer for question number 22. All A, B, and C are correct about the tropical rainforest region. D is wrong about the tropical rainforest vegetation. Why? There are diversities of species. This means high diversity species plants. The very high, the middle, and also low. The others are correct about the tropical rainforest vegetations. For question number 22, promotion of capacity building regarding education and skill is not a challenge for Ethiopia's socio-economic development. The others are land fragmentation can decrease productivity that hinders socio-economic development. Low level of investment can affect the development of socio-economy in the country. And also, environmental degradation leads to lessen the productivity. So, A is not the major challenge, while it helps to increases the socio-economic development of the country. Chaanalii keessan Geolesson 17 Tube waan daawwattaniif galatooma. Geolesson 17 Tube chaanalaachun sila gobanyaachuu amasagganaalla. Geolesson 17 Tube chaanalii milkoomina egeree dhalootaaf dhimmu.